Umami might be the most relaxing puzzle game you can finish in a weekend. And the big question is whether that's a feature or a deal breaker. This is a game about stacking cute wooden food blocks into towering dioramas, not racing a clock or flexing galaxy brain logic. It's cozy, it's colorful, it's short, and it knows exactly what lane it wants to live in. In this review, we're going to hit three things. First, what Umami actually is and how the puzzles work. Then why critics are split between perfect chill snack and I wish there were a little more here. And finally, who this is worth buying for and who should probably stick to something sweatier. Quick context. Umami is the debut game from indie studio Mimox, out on PC with console versions likely later. The name literally means pleasant taste. And yeah, the whole game leans into that. You're not running a restaurant or managing a kitchen. You're sitting at a cozy little table building 3D food sculptures out of wooden blocks. There's no story to follow, no fail state, no timer. Just 15 dioramas, each a different dish with an animal chef theme, and your job is to snap every piece into place. The core mechanic is simple in the best way. Each level gives you a pile of oddly shaped blocks and a base structure. Everything is magnetized. Rotate a piece, move it around the tower, and when you've got the position and orientation right, it snaps in with a little shake and jingle. Get it wrong and the outline turns red and the piece politely bounces back onto the mat. Once a piece is correctly placed, it locks forever. There's no, oops, I bumped something and ruined the whole thing stress here. That tactile feedback is what a lot of reviewers latch onto. If you grew up with Lego sets or physical jigsaw puzzles, Umami is clearly trying to hit that same brain zone. You've got a reference image showing the finished dish from the front and back, but not in full 3D. So there's still some actual thinking involved when you're lining up angles. The bigger pieces are easy wins. The smaller ones start to blur together, and that's where you can get into a nice flow of trial, error, and little aha pops of dopamine as things click. Visually, the vibe is dialed all the way to Pinterest picnic. Each puzzle is basically a miniature diorama. Fox on a cake, bunny cake, haunted apple pie, stacked sushi, waffles drowning in honey. Everything is bright, pastel, and handcrafted, and the table around you has cute props that make it feel like you're setting up for a themed photo shoot. Multiple critics point out how much care went into the look of each puzzle. It's not just food-shaped tower number 7. They all have different textures, seasonal references, and little details that make them feel like something you'd actually want as a desk ornament. Audio leans just hard into cozy. You get soft, chilled out background music and gentle sound effects as pieces move and snap into place. Some reviewers love the soundtrack's mellow loop. Others wish there was more of it. Right now, it's basically one track running across the entire game. It's a good track, it fits the atmosphere, but if you're playing all 15 puzzles back to back, you will absolutely notice the repetition. Rotating through a few songs every couple of levels would have helped sell that feeling of progression without breaking the mood. So how deep do the puzzles really go? This is where expectations matter. Mechanically, Umami stays straightforward from first dish to last. You're rotating 3D blocks, reading the reference image, and building up the sculpture. There's no timer, no move counter, no scoring. Difficulty nudges up a bit as the pieces get smaller and more similar, but there's no big spike, no final boss puzzle that melts your brain. That's by design. The dev's stated goal is to let you unwind, not punish you, and the critics who love the game think it nails that balance. They talk about doing 2 or 3 puzzles in an evening, then coming back the next day for another couple, treating it like a meditation session. The more critical takes don't slam the puzzle design, but they do wish there was more variety in challenge. Timed modes, optional restrictions, alternate variants of each diorama, anything to give you a reason to replay beyond just I like looking at this again. One reviewer even suggested an optional hard mode layer on top of the base game, so the chill crowd stays happy and puzzle sickos get their extra spice. As it stands, once you've built all 15, you're done unless you just want to vibe with the art again. Umami does try to add a little extra hook with collectibles. Each level hides a cute card somewhere in the environment. You find it by clicking on decorative objects around the puzzle. Some levels also sneak in little animal friends or details that pop when you interact. It's a fun sensory touch, but again, opinions split. Some players like the surprise factor, others wish the cards felt more earned and packed a bit more, like extra lore for the dish or a tiny story blurb. So collecting them would land as a bigger reward instead of a quick, oh neat, and move on. In terms of polish, things are mostly solid. Reviewers across the board say there are no progress-killing bugs, no crashes, nothing game-breaking. There are a few physics quirks. A piece occasionally gets stuck in a weird spot until you click it free, or rejects a position by yeeting itself across the table instead of dropping gently. It's mildly funny more than frustrating, but it does break the zen flow when it happens. The important thing is that you never have to restart a puzzle from scratch because the game soft-locked you. The elephant in the room is length and replay value. If you're just solving the dioramas and not obsessively hunting secrets, you can wrap Umami in a few hours. Some critics report around 4, others stretched it to 6 or 7 by spacing it out, savoring the puzzles, and going for 100% completion. For a small indie title, you can clear in 1 or 2 nights, that's not outrageous. But if your personal value meter is hours per dollar, you're going to feel the short runtime more. There's no daily mode, no randomized puzzles, no real reason to come back except vibes. So let's land this. As a puzzle game, Umami isn't trying to be the Witness or a hardcore logic gauntlet. It's aiming to be the digital equivalent of a comfy night in with a physical jigsaw and a cup of tea. On that front, it absolutely succeeds. The food dioramas are gorgeous, the mechanics are intuitive and satisfying, and the whole experience stays low pressure from first burger to last cake. The trade-off is that once the 15 dishes are done, there's not much meat left on the bone. No tougher modes, limited music variety, and collectibles that could have been just a bit more meaningful. If you're a cozy gamer, a diorama nerd, or you just need something gentle to decompress with between big releases, Umami is an easy recommendation. It's a short, satisfying snack that won't spike your blood pressure. If what you want from puzzle games is long-term replayability, escalating difficulty, or dozens of hours of content, this is probably better as a wishlist and grab on sale situation. If this kind of honest, no BS breakdown is your thing, hitch a ride with Veteran Game and hit subscribe so you don't miss the next weird little comfort game or absolute brain melter. And now I want your take. Should cozy titles like Umami stay this simple and snack-sized? Or do you want your relaxing games to bring more challenge and content to the table?